Hey there, Cheesemeisters, and welcome back to the Peach Pod. That would have been For the Cool in You by Babyface. Could it be anything else? Come on. This whole episode is for the cool in you. I am Jeff, and I thought that we were happy. And joining me on the other end of the internet, my cuz-host.
I'm Leslie, and I believe we have a little withdrawal to make.
Yeah, we do. Guess what, Cheesemeisters? Leslie called it.
I'm amazing. I haven't felt this good about myself in years.
It was an impressive verbatim prediction of what was going to happen in this episode. So, and not to make it about me, but I sold the shit out of it. Like, I didn't react at all. You had no idea that you got it right. Like,
no, we both deserve some commendations because I was so amazed at how blank faced how you stayed. Because I freaked.
Take your right hand up in the air like this. Go ahead, do it with me. Now turn it.
Oh.
And we're gonna pat ourselves on the back because we're so good.
Oh my God, we are. This is why you should all follow, like, and subscribe. Tell your friends because we can predict things that happened 30 years ago.
I know, but you did not know it, but you said it out loud, and I knew it, and it fucking happened. This week, Cheesemeisters, we are talking about season 4, episode, I'm gonna call it 32, since it's a two-parter. Mr. Walsh Goes to Washington, Part 2. Original air date, May 25th, 1994. Season finale. The finale of the finale. So all the things that got set up in last week's episode got paid off this week. Before we get to the Kevin and Suzanne and the prediction of it all, did you see David and Ariel coming?
I really didn't, and I'm shocked.
Interesting.
Because I feel like it's I feel like this is probably how people feel in real life. Like, I should have seen it coming. The signs were there. Like, I have been saying for weeks now, I don't get why Donna and David are together. And clearly David was thinking the same thing. I didn't think he'd be so mean enough to cheat on her.
Yeah.
And then invite her in afterwards. Like,
that's a bad call. Like, here's the other. All right. Not that I've thought about this at all, but like, she's at the door, right? And you crack the window a little hoop, and she can see David. She can't see Ariel. Why didn't David roll that window up and have Ariel exit the other side? And then when she closes the door, he opens the door. Donna gets in. Now she probably sees the open condom wrapper on the floor and wonders what's going on. But David doesn't know what he's doing, so maybe that's how he masturbates. We don't know.
Also, like, I'm sorry, that car smells like sex. Like,
well, probably, yeah.
My first thought was like, wouldn't it be steamy in here or something? Like,
well, I don't know that they finished. Like, I don't know that they, I think David went back in after Donna left and finished. I think that's what happened.
I mean,
I don't
go for it. See, honestly, what the story, right? Well, what the story screams to me is he was looking for an out, and he didn't. I don't know. He felt like he wasn't going, like, he had tried breaking up with her before, and it didn't work. If you want to say it didn't work, and then he just is a child and didn't want to find a better way to say, hey, I want to have sex and you don't. So I need to be out of this relationship. You need to be out of this relationship. Like, neither of them are mature enough to have had the conversation they needed to have. And so he did the thing that probably is, honestly, he probably did the more realistic thing, which is the dumb thing.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I don't think there's anything that David does that doesn't make sense.
Well,
like I'm not saying it's a good thing to do, But
if you look at who he has for an example on how to
sure,
treat women,
Mel has a problem with monogamy. What do you want him to do? I mean,
stop dating his assistants at least.
look, Nina is good at her job, all of them. And uh Mel, he just has a problem with monogamy. Come on, what are you gonna do? I don't know what to tell you.
Therapy.
Expect better? No, it's not gonna happen. All right, so here's what happens, I guess, in this episode. The carnival continues to not be a Mardi Gras. Whatever.
Although they get closer because some shirts did come off.
That's true. There was some almost flashing. Um, and I'm not going to tell you that I have a problem with any of that. Thumbs up. It actually leads to one of my favorite things in the whole episode. Not the boobs part, something that happens right afterwards. You may not have even noticed, but I notice it every time and it makes me feel something.
Oh
Um,
my.
yeah.
I'm going
Mostly
to be
what it makes me
upset now.
feel. No, you won't be upset. Um, so anyway, so the carnival continues unabated, and they're hanging out with Erica, and this part I don't think you saw. There's a couple little things that got clipped. Um, there was a little boy with some blonde mop hair throwing baseballs at Steve, and Steve was insulting him, right?
Uh-huh.
And Erica's like, "That boy's cute. I want to meet him."
Yes.
And Brenda's like, "Bet." And so she goes, and I don't think you see the part where she actually goes over there and does it. That's Leslie Sumner
Oh.
Schulman's little brother. But
She
Leslie's not there.
mentions that.
She's running
Yeah.
errands. Okay, what I saw on Paramount Plus did not have that part in it. Um, and or maybe it was a little bit later when they were dancing. You definitely didn't see her and the little boy dancing because they were
No, I did not.
dancing. Yeah, that happened later. When another scene gets cut. No, that's different. Actually, they just cut it. I don't understand why. Um,
They could only pay for one Babyface song.
but this wasn't even a Babyface song, and you could like it comes back from. We're getting ahead, but it's okay. When it comes back from commercial, it it there's a cover band up on stage playing old time rock and roll, I think.
Oh.
And people are dancing, and Eric is dancing with this little boy, and Dylan and Brenda are walking around, and Dylan gives her shit for like, older boy, we don't even have a phone, like this whole thing. Um, and then it cuts to Steve getting dunked by John Sears. So
Okay.
they cut that cover bit, but you could still hear the old time rock and roll in the background of Steve getting dunked. So I don't understand what they accomplished by cutting that out, but they cut it out. Yeah. So that's all happening at the fair, and but back in DC, dinner is over, and Lucinda and Claire both tell Brandon to leave his door open. They're going to come visit. And one assumes.
Oh my.
And I know, what are you going to do? Had to make the joke.
I know.
And Brandon fucks this shit up. I knew he was gonna.
Does.
God damn it. He changes rooms.
Like an idiot.
I would say that Brandon is acting like a pussy, but the two pussies involved here really want to get pounded. Like, he is not acting like the pussies. So, I don't like any part of this.
He doesn't want to be pursued.
He does, though, because the next morning, Pursuit shows up at his door dressed as room service and Kelly Taylor.
No notes.
Except, what are you doing, Brandon?
I mean, yes. Listen, I'm upset too, but he got breakfast.
Fair.
It's not the same, but look, how often are you gonna get room service? Come
waffles
on.
Are tasty. I agree.
Although I act like that's less common than the possibility of a threesome, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's more. I think whatever. People have breakfast every day. That's all I'm saying.
They don't have room service every day.
Okay, it's still breakfast. It's still just like waffles and fruit.
Don't you besmirch breakfast, man.
I'm not, but this is Claire and
I know.
Lucinda.
I'm
Come on, this is ridiculous.
I'm
This
angry
decision
too.
he makes. But he wakes up and he's rewarded for his virtue by Kelly Taylor bringing him breakfast and herself. And now they're together, I guess, because they go sightseeing and they talk about Frank Capra. And he gets her 1 day security clearance to the White House. Okay, because Chancellor Arnold swings a big dick or something. I don't know. Hey, Chancellor, you think we can hook this shit up? Word. It's like a real quick 10 o'clock at night phone call. So Kelly's there and everybody's happy about it. Everybody who knows Andrea. Back at the carnival, Ariel's in a panic because Mr. Face's second keyboardist is a no-show. What an asshole this guy is. And they need David to help just get him through sound check. That's all. And David's like, I know the cool in you. That's fine. I can do it. In fact, I know his entire catalog because who doesn't? His Babyface, for God's sake. 1994. Babyface was pretty big in 1994.
Oh, okay.
For the Cool in You and the song that you didn't hear him sing, When Can I See You Again? Really good song. Both big hits. But Mr. Face, Baby to his friends, I guess. Kenny Edmonds. That's right. Kenneth Babyface Edmonds Highway in Indianapolis. He's like, yeah, for real.
What?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think he's from Indianapolis.
Sweet.
Yeah, but he's like, hey, David, you played this song, okay? How about you don't MC my show tonight and you just play keyboards with us instead? And David's like, my dream come true, the thing I've wanted since yesterday. And so now he's going to perform live with Babyface at the Mardi Gras Carnival. That's not a Mardi Gras. And he's kicking ass. Like, he's just doing it. And John Sears is kicking ass because he keeps dunking Steve. And Celeste is getting bored with it, though. You know, she's just like, I can't with the macho of this bullshit. And
fair.
But she's still with John Sears because he has muscles and things, and she likes that. Things continue to escalate between Steve and John Sears. But that's not till the next day, I don't think. We still have the nighttime performance has to happen. I don't know. It's all confused when these things happen. I think sometimes it's daytime and sometimes it's night because they don't flash him until after Babyface performs.
Correct.
I don't think. But Babyface performs at nighttime, and then the David stuff happens. So I don't know. I think
don't think too hard about
it. They cut it all together weird. But John is like flexing and wants to beat up Steve some more, and Steve's like, no way, son. We're not playing for $5 no more. We're playing for the hand of Celeste Lundy. And John's like, fine, I don't care. But if I win, you have to drop out of the keg house. And which is an interesting gambit on John Sears' part because he's giving up something he does not care about. He's only known Celeste for 2 weeks and he'll just go find some new coups next week. But he's making Steve put something on the line that Steve actually cares about. And so they get up there and they're jousting over the mud pit. There's Muntz dressed in his gladiator outfit. No notes. Good job, Muntz. And Celeste, she's like, I can't watch. And she runs into Brenda and Donna, who give her the inside Iggy on the real John Sears. And she's like, you know what? You know what that makes me want to do, you guys? It makes me want to flash John Sears with my titties. That's what it makes me want to do. And Donna thinks that's mean. I don't understand. Donna doesn't know what mean is.
No.
And Brenda's like,
love it either.
No, she doesn't. And Brenda's like, that sounds like a great idea. Let's flash him. And
Brenda was like, okay.
That's right. I was going to do that anyway. I didn't even have a reason. And so they do. And John Sears is right into the mud. And this is my favorite part of the whole thing because it makes me feel bad for Celeste. Did you notice that she tries to go for the high five that no one returns?
No.
It's so sad. Like right after and then they cut and they show them from behind and John Sears with the wooga wooga eyeballs. And then when they cut back to them, the girls like cover up and are celebrating, and Celeste is like, no one else is.
Story of my life.
It's rough.
Good grief. I don't want to be nostalgic for that. I'm glad I missed that. Oh,
it's tough.
That hurts.
Yeah, it's a sad little moment. We skipped the other best part of the episode.
The sex dream?
The dream sequence. Yes.
Yes.
So, which Lucinda-based sex dream is your favorite? Is it the nurse one or is it this one?
Oh, it's this one because Claire's there.
Yeah, 100% this one. That's the point where you're like, as a a layman, you're like, being an actor looks like a good job. No, like you just if you get to be Jason that sounds like a good job.
I hate that shit though, because at the end of the day, it is work, and like I don't envy Jason Priestley on that day because he not only had to make sure, like, okay, gotta not get excited in the scene, and then also gotta not laugh,
right?
Because if anything, he probably wanted to laugh more than anything else. I don't know. Sure. I'm projecting, but just that would be so difficult. And then depending on if you have cool scene partners who don't mess with you, or at least don't mess with you too much, then like great. But if you have people who are going to take it too far and are the reason, one of the reasons why we need ICs, then it was probably a rough day. I don't know.
I feel like he probably had an okay day. Because here's the thing. I bet they both smelled nice. I mean, at the bare minimum, I bet they both smelled nice. It's just nice. I'm just going to lay here. I don't have to do anything.
You're projecting your own fantasy onto this because...
No, my fantasy does not involve Jason Priestley.
Well, there's no imagination. I mean, mine wouldn't either, because I would be like, oh, if my fantasy is Brandon yelling at me, no thanks.
Yeah, it's definitely how that's going to end. Yeah, it would be...
what they should... This is where the dream is incorrect. Although this wouldn't have been his dream, but he should have been tied up.
Yeah, like Claire.
He needed a muzzle or something. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Again, it would not have been his dream because he clearly is not interested yet in kinky stuff or in just fucking to fuck.
I thought you were going to say not interested yet in shutting up.
Oh, that too. He'll never be interested in that.
But you can't hear my opinions about things if I'm...
I have more hope for him discovering kink than for him discovering the art of shutting up.
Without spoiling anything, I also have the same hope. So...
Oh no!
I don't feel like
he's gonna stay boring.
I just don't think he ever learns to shut up.
Oh well, no, he's not. I know he's not going to learn to shut up.
Yeah,
I can hope.
You can hope. We can all hope. So Brandon and Kelly traipsing about. He gets her into the rose garden, and she ends up on television with him. He ends up on television. Cindy ends up in front of her daughter, saying how she could not be any prouder of any child ever.
Cindy was weird this episode.
Yeah.
Like, she seemed legitimately mad and jealous of Brenda, which jealous, fine, but she seemed also mad at Brenda for getting to do all these things and not for doing anything on her own. Like Cindy.
I mean, yeah, I think that, I don't know if she's mad at Brenda, but I think she's unfulfilled in her own existence. Like, and that's what we're getting there.
I guess, well, I just don't feel like what was being said matched what was being conveyed, because Brenda was like, Mom, you're embarrassing me. And I'm like, what is embarrassing about what she's saying? I would feel defensive, like, whoa, Mom, do we need to talk about you for a minute? Like,
we probably did need to talk about Cindy in that moment, but just because Brenda doesn't react the way that like a normal person would react to someone saying the things that Cindy was saying. She's a teenager and she's got her own shit going on. I'm not surprised.
Fair.
Yeah. But yeah, they got the trunk out of the garage that apparently she took to Paris and Minnesota and now London.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds it's a good deal if you can get it. So, and then Dylan comes in to tell Jim, hey, fuck you. Money wise, just fuck you. I decided that I'm going to back Kevin 100% out of my own pocket. And also, did I mention go fuck yourself? And Jim was pissed is off, as he should have been.
Yes.
And fires Dylan as his client.
I cheered.
Yay. Of course you did. Just get this kid out of here. And again,
it's about time.
We've talked about this so many times, but people fucking with Jim's money. This is the most egregious money fuckery that has happened on Jim in this program, and that includes Chick Snyder and High Point Center. If people just and the job that he had to turn down because Andrea almost bought Brandon a carousel.
Oh my god.
Who knows what he gave up with Dottie? She got engaged and left town or whatever. But midlife, now what? Jim's just taking it left and right. It's no good, and so he fires Dylan. He's pissed off, and he should be. Then after the babyface performance the night before, because all this time is a jumble, Donna goes looking for David, and she goes and talks to the limo drivers, and he's like, yeah, I've seen David and Ariel. They're over there in the limos or whatever. I don't know. And Donna's like, cool, nothing bad could possibly ever happen in my life. And she goes bipping and bopping, and she finds out that David and Ariel are fucking. Sits right on into that.
Did you see the moment where Ariel almost flashed the audience?
Yes, I did. I like that.
I was gonna say.
Yep, of course I saw it. It's slow motion. Is that Areola? I can't tell.
No, just Ariel.
Yeah, just Ariel. Hola. Hola, Ariel. And apparently she and David, that's not the first time.
Why did that? I don't know what that mattered.
I have a couple of thoughts about how that could have mattered. One, if they thought it was unclear that he and Ariel had copulated, that maybe they were just getting ready to, and Donna broke it up. Maybe they needed it to be for sure he cheated on her.
Okay.
Say it out loud. It also makes it more egregious that he did it more than once. It also makes it much more believable that he did it more than once.
Okay, I take it back.
Because he's all horned up, and Ariel clearly wants him. She's eating that corn dogs with him and shit. I think it's reasonable that they had sex after that corn dog situation. Yeah. But and then everybody's all amped up on babyface juice and got to get it going after the show, and get back together. It's way easier that second time, I suppose. So that's to me, I think, sort of why they did it.
Okay.
But they did it, and get out, David, get out. Pack
Rocky
your shit and leave.
To be found.
Yep. So that happened, and Kelly and Brandon had sex, or at least post-coital glow. Steve saw her on TV, but Dylan didn't. What do you mean? Where's Kelly? I don't see Kelly.
What would Kelly be doing in DC?
Yeah. What would be happening there? I gotta go to the bank. And so Dylan goes to the bank, and I want to know, as I explain this situation, I want to know at what point you realized what was happening. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So they're in the loan officers, and by what's happening, I mean that he's getting scammed, not like the details of the scam. But they meet the banker and they sign some paperwork, and there's going to be they're going to transfer funds from Dylan. They don't say this part out loud, but it's what they're doing. They're going to transfer funds from Dylan's account into the business's account, and which Kevin has access to. And Kevin's going to go check out some properties, and Dylan drives off. And Kevin like puts his bag in his car and watches Dylan drive off. And then he goes, "It's right there." Yeah,
Oh yeah. The minute he's just standing there watching him, I was like, "Oh my god."
yeah. And then Kevin goes over to Suzanne's car, and Suzanne's like, "Do you have my money, motherfucker?" More
Oh,
or
she
less.
was looking glammed up as hell. They were like,
Yep.
in case you didn't know, she's got the red lips on. She's a bad woman.
And she's like half in shadow, but really well lit on the parts of her face that are lit. No, she was getting the full film noir treatment.
It was stunning.
Yeah, yeah, she looks
Now I'm
super hot,
interested in Suzanne.
right? And Suzanne's like, "Oh, I've been planning this scam for 8 months." And we're like, "What, the whole time?" And then they take Erica to the airport, and she writes some kind of note on a post-it and sticks it in the bathroom stall.
And it was not a helpful note. All it said was, if
I know.
found, mail this. And I'm like, what is that going to tell him, Erica?
Maybe she wrote something on the other side. I don't
There was
know.
one line. I don't know what she could have said on the other side other than, like, it's Erica.
Yeah, they're taking me to South
Help.
America. Maybe something.
Send ice cream. I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to Brazil, Dylan. Yeah. So she leaves a note, and it ends up on the toilet floor. And that's fine. Chekhov's note. Whoever has to pick that up and touch it has got germs. That's just all there
Ew.
is to it. Um, but yeah, she's been planning this scam the whole time, and this is why it struck me many, 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 many episodes ago when Suzanne suggested to Dylan that he invest in the Peach Pit, because I think that was a trial balloon. Suzanne
Oh,
seeing if she could talk Dylan into doing something with his money. And
interesting.
I never thought that before this watch. And when it happened, I was like, note, I want to talk about this at the end of the season, because it feels like she was like, if I'm gonna work him to give all of his money to me, I have to see if I can convince him to give his money to someone else first. Will he
Mm-hmm.
listen to me when it comes to his money?
Yeah.
And he does. So pardon. Um, and then Brenda comforts Donna after the David situation, and then goes to visit Dylan. She's not leaving for a week, but what happens this week could change the rest of her life. Technically, that's true all the time. I'm just saying,
Sure.
you know. Um, and then they kiss and fall out of frame this direction.
I screamed.
Yeah.
I screamed so much this episode, but mostly in the parts that I mentioned. Like
So
in
tell
not
me, because you loved the shit out of this, and I'm happy you did, because I love this finale too. So much stuff happens, but like, so tell me the things that you were like, yes, or oh, or eesh, or moving, whatever.
um honestly, glad David did some dumb shit to I and that Donna finally kicked him out. Like, great, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for finally realizing he sucks and you
Mm-hmm.
deserve better right now. Like, whatever happens in the future, what happens in the future, but like, you two need to not be together right now. You all clearly need to be on separate journeys, and that's fine. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that is a very realistic thing.
Yeah.
So no problem there. Also, like, okay, awesome. Ariel, hot. Well done.
Hot.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Um, I was a little disappointed that nothing more happened with Lucinda and Claire, and I don't just mean as a threesome. I mean, when they saw Brandon and Kelly walking out the next morning, and Lucinda goes, "Have you had breakfast?" She had this
Mm-hmm.
mischievous look on her face, and I guess that's just her face. Because I thought, oh, cool, they're gonna like follow them and like tease them or do something. I don't know. I thought there was gonna
Yeah.
be more, and then there wasn't, and I thought maybe Lucinda was hitting on Claire, and maybe something awesome will happen there. It won't.
It
Um,
won't. No. I think you're right. Like it felt like it was set up for a scene that we never got to see. Like maybe
yes,
they shot it and the episode was long or something. Um because it either plays like that, like they're gonna go plan some fuckery, or um they're gonna go back up to Lucinda's room. And the two of them are gonna have a real good time. Because they spent
either
the
one.
entire night horned out and unsatisfied.
Either one
So
would have been great. It would have been
yeah.
way more interesting than whatever that was between Brandon and Kelly about Frank Capra. I'm like, this that scene
Yeah.
was weird and not even just cheesy. I was like, I this is going to inspire some Dawson's Creek, and thank God Dawson's Creek does it better. Um, that's that on that end. I knew when Dylan and Brenda had their first like their Ferris wheel moment and then goodbye
Yeah.
after that. I went, wait a minute, that's not their goodbye. You can't
Yeah.
tease me. You can't lie to me. I know this show. I don't know it that well because I didn't think they were gonna fuck. I didn't.
Right.
Okay, Jeff. I did not know they were going to lead lead on Gen X so much as to think
Mm-hmm.
like, oh yeah, we're gonna end the season this way. They could get back together. And it's like, why are I kind of want to hug all of Gen X right now. Any of the fans. I'm like, now because I don't see a ton of stuff following because again, I'm always worried about spoilers, but
Yeah.
it's funny sometimes to read how hard people go for Dylan and Brenda still. And
Right.
like, and to the point where sometimes I have to hold back from being like, y'all know they were toxic as hell, right? I mean, I agree. They were, if she had stayed on the show or come back, they were going to be endgame. Like that would have been a cool couple to see go apart, grow, become better for each other, and then end up together. That would have been fascinating. We'll get that with Donna and David instead. I'm hoping. I don't know how much growth is going to happen, but anyway, but yeah, people go hard for them, and I'm like, ooh, they still weren't great. And even
Mm-hmm.
Brenda even says like, this is a metaphor for our relationship.
And Dylan's like, we had a relationship.
Oh my god, Dylan looked so bored. Like when she is telling him, which I would be too. If someone who if we broke up and we've been broken up, and I'm also on a series that is like you all are okay being friends with each other, but you're not really. And then they're pulling this shit again, I'd be bored too.
Mm-hmm.
But it was astounding to me how bored he looked in that moment when she's telling him like, I love you, give me something to come back for. And it
Right.
it just my I imagine his thought process was just, all right, why not get laid?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and that makes me sad. I kind of wish it hadn't happened then.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any chance that Dylan thinks that this is like a good long-term solution. This bone down with Brenda right now. But it's a perfectly fine short-term solution. Like he knows who Brenda is, and he knows that even if she comes back at the end of the summer and they get back together, Dylan knows it's not going to be smooth sailing.
No.
Like it's I know what
It's
I
just
know the troubles I'm buying here, but I'll buy them anyway.
I I just didn't feel like he really wanted it. It looked more like oh, sex is being offered, so why wouldn't I, you
Uh-huh.
know, go for it? Which, like, okay, that's fine, but that's kind of disappointing. You know, I don't know. This might not have been disappointing to fans at all. I'm imagining it wasn't, considering again how often this tactic is used to keep the show going, which is one of the things I think this episode is about.
Yeah.
Um, oh
Let's
yeah,
do it.
the hope of Brenda and Dylan reunion will keep this show alive.
Mm. Um, you're not wrong.
Oh my god! Like
It's not only that. I guess let me say this. It's broader than that because it's the hope of every reunion that
okay,
keeps the show alive. Like there are, David and Donna have broken up, so you best believe we're gonna have to deal with them getting back together, or maybe not getting back together, and then getting back together, and then breaking up and getting back together, and like that there's going to be some Kelly and Dylan cycling back around, and it just when and if Brandon and Kelly break up, I'm sure that that's going to come back around too. Like it's not just Brenda and Dylan. I mean we got it in this episode, and this is another thing that got cut. We got Steve and Celeste coming back around.
yeah, I wondered if there was more to that, like, because again, where it cut on their faces after the flashing moment,
Mm-hmm.
she looked more interested and hopeful than he did. He looked kind of mad that she
Well, sure.
had helped out and also flashed his nemesis.
Right.
There again, the men, you know what? Maybe that's another thing this episode is about. The men just are done with these women, other than Brandon.
Yeah.
Like, the only woman Brandon's not tired of, well, Kelly and Andrea, but
Yeah.
we deviated a little from the things that made me scream, but I think I made that clear already.
Yeah. So the scene that you missed with him and Celeste is sad that you missed it because Babyface is playing a different song. It's like an acoustic. When Will I See You Again? It's a guitar song. It's nice. And they're watching and they're talking, and David's up there.
Oh my god.
He doesn't have anything to play this song, but he has to snap a little bit. And Steve's like, I used to manage that guy. And I know. And Celeste is like, oh, I remember. And I do want to talk about that a little bit more. But he was like, I saw what you did for me up there. And she was like, yeah, I sort of started to think maybe he wasn't such a great guy. And then Brenda and Donna smartened me up all the way. And so kind of fuck him. And Steve is like, what are you doing this summer? And she said, I'll be around. And they have a hug, and it's cute, and it makes you feel like you want to see Steve and Celeste get back together.
I wouldn't mind it. That. She was good for him.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, we diverted and we came back, but
that also leads, because I was going to say, because this show knows, and they want us to know, Steve sucks, and he always will.
Always.
Because David's like, all right, sink him for whatever Steve's done to you and whatever he will do. I thought that was great.
Yeah, we know it ain't over. Yep, Steve's going to fuck this shit up again. That's what he does.
He's got some other groups to, be prejudiced towards.
Yeah, Steve is, there's a level of entitlement coming for Steve in season 5 that I find amazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't fucking wait for you to see season 5. It's fucking glorious.
Can he go into a coma at some point?
Does who?
Can he go into a coma at some point?
Can he go into a coma? Somebody can go into a coma.
Break. Oh, fuck! That's going to be how they deal with someone's pregnancy, isn't it?
No. They do something different with that. that's
Oh
equally ridiculous
God.
and soap opera-ish. Man, you got to wait for years for that one. That shit ain't gonna happen for a while. Um,
Someone goes into a coma, and that's how we see Mrs. Teasley again.
the dreams of Mrs. Teasley.
I dream of Mrs. Teasley fixing my
So
life.
I love Mrs. Teasley. I tell you what this episode's really about. Finally getting what you want.
Ooh.
Kevin and Suzanne finally getting what they want after 8 long months of pretending to like this moper. David finally gets what he always wanted, to play on stage at a Mardi Carnival with Babyface. And also that sweet, sweet thing. David finally got some. What he always
knows
wanted.
his life's purpose.
That's right. He found out what his special purpose is for. Good job.
Good job, David.
I wonder if he's only known Ariel for 1 week and 2 days, but really it feels like 3 weeks and 6 days. Yeah. Kelly finally got what she wanted, which is Brandon. Brandon finally got what he wanted, which is away from Claire and Lucinda, and I guess Kelly. Let me ask you this, because I wonder about this. Like, do you think Brandon was, like, where on his list of things that I think are going to happen is I'm going to start dating Kelly this weekend?
Probably further up on the list than having a threesome with Lucinda and Claire.
Well, sure.
Just barely.
Neither one of them offered to buy him a carousel. I think if they had, I don't know. It's real hard to trick Brandon into sleeping with you, I think, is part of what's happening here. But, like, my point, I guess, my larger point / question is, for Kelly, it was the number one thing she was going to do this weekend. Right? Like, she got on a plane and went to Washington, D.C. to pursue a relationship with Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon didn't have that on his radar at all. Like, he was trying to, dodge these other 2 women. Shouldn't have done that.
He was like Barnaby Tucker in Hello, Dolly. He, who wanted to go to New York just to see the stuffed whale. Brandon just wanted to go to DC to see the sights. Nothing else.
Yeah. Shake Bill Clinton's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Custis Lee Museum. Whatever.
Innocent pursuits.
Yeah. So when Kelly shows up with room service, which, great. Thanks for bringing food. I'm real hungry from not having a threesome last night. All of a sudden, there's Kelly. And it's not something he'd been thinking about at all. So, do you think her showing up triggered in him something that had been latent since the Chancellor's retreat? Or do you think that, like, it was I didn't realize I had feelings for you, and now I fully understand that? Or is he like going along with it, hoping that he gets there?
I think her showing up made him realize, like, oh yeah, I would. Okay, let me back up a little bit, because really, I was listening. Like, I watched this episode twice, listened to it more. The third episode, I was like, I need to do other stuff and just hear it. In his dream, the women are going back and forth about, like, kind of making fun of him wanting to have sex from a place of love as opposed to having a fling, which, fine.
Sure.
Reasonable.
But also, like, that just feels like the writer's saying that shit out loud so that in 5 minutes when this happens, we go, oh, right.
Sure. And it's very weird to see this projected on a male character, just because, stereotypically we let the male characters sleep with whoever they want. That's why we get Sex in the City, where the women are like, hey, what if we acted like men?
Mm-hmm.
which connections.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, I do think he started to see her differently at the
Mm-hmm.
retreat and was curious, but not enough to ruin the friendship. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to Taylor Swift. Um, ruin the friendship. What I say. But I also don't. I was a little surprised that they went ahead and slept together, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
For again, the fight that he was putting up for the brunettes, against the brunettes. But I don't know. I think it was just maybe he was tired of fighting. And I still think a lot of this is coming from he misses Emily, his true love.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly at least the closest thing he's had to true love in his life so far.
Yeah.
And I think, look, Brandon's had a really hard year.
He has, and
He's had a really hard year.
I want to. I mean, I want to talk about everyone's years as like a story arc, but um,
I mean, I don't
I
think
just.
either of them are like full on smitten with each other. They basically say it like, I don't know, I have feelings for you and I'd kind of like to explore it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And usually on TV or in movies, you see them explore it on a date. And in this, they do an abridged version of Before Sunrise, wherein
Right.
they walk around DC and then sleep together. Like, all right, well, that works.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I'd rather
It's
it be
May
Before
in our
Sunrise.
nation's capital. Yeah, it's May in our nation's capital, and so that you can go for a walk. Don't do it in August, as discussed, or January, previously discussed.
Wait,
Um,
what?
don't walk around Washington D.C. in January or August. We talked about this like 2 episodes ago because you walked around when it was too cold.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You're right. I thought you were referencing some movie like you do.
no, this was actually real life. I was referencing a conversation that we had previously had. I remembered something. Leave me alone.
You remember a lot of things.
Not things I say. I just say stuff. It just goes out there.
I say that what you say is what I say.
Yeah. Papes for Brooklyn. That's what they should have said in that movie. Papes for the Bronx. Ariel got what she wanted. And she got down with David in the back of that limo. And she also, found a keyboardist. That second keyboardist flaked. What an asshole. Dylan got what he wanted. He got his money back. He got rid of Jim. He got, and now granted, he made a really terrible choice immediately following getting what he wanted, but Dylan got what he wanted. Steve finally got what he wanted. He bested John Sears in front of more than the frat brothers. He got back with Celeste potentially for the summer. They definitely leave it like the two of them are going to start spending some time together.
Sure.
And I don't blame them. Like, that sounds delightful. The two of them together are super cute. I really like them. I think it's also really about finally getting what you never wanted.
Oh.
Donna got what she never wanted.
Yeah.
Dylan got what he never wanted, to be taken advantage of by family again. Jim got what he never wanted, more people fucking with his money. I guess I can't tell if Brenda got what she wanted or what she never wanted.
She's getting what she wants. You know, she wants to pursue theater. She's getting to go abroad for theater.
Right.
Once again, she's getting to do things kind of on her own terms.
Mm-hmm.
And on her own terms.
When there's a problem, send Brenda to Europe.
But of course, she's also leaving on this note of, my parents like Brandon more than me, which we've discussed that, honey. It's true. I'm sorry. It's not fair. He's a fuck up too.
You almost had to die in season 1 for them to pay attention to you after you moved out of the house.
I think she's getting what she wants.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I want to know how you feel about Brenda's exit.
So strange. Like, in ways that I can't thoroughly explain, I feel like I understand fans of this show a little better
Mm-hmm.
because
You are
it's
one
also
now?
really, well, I am one, but then also, but I'm watching it knowing things that you all didn't know when you were watching it,
Mm.
and or watching it later than everyone else. Like, I I've been racking my brain ish trying to think of another series wherein a character is taken off and we're often wondering. I mean, the closest I could come to, but I didn't. I quit Grey's Anatomy before Sandra Oh
Mm.
left, and there was no way I was. I quit Grey's Anatomy before, like that. At some point, once you kill off most of the original cast, I was just done. Um,
Mm-hmm. When they had the
that's
prom in the
maybe
hospital is when I gave up.
we all know, Jeff.
I'm
Don't have a
just,
prom in a fucking You know what? I don't want to manifest this, but if you're ever in a hospital, I will pay someone just to just make the hallway look like it's a prom. I just get under
nope,
this man's
rage.
skin.
Rage. Rage. Anyway, Sandra Oh, sorry.
So no, anyway, but back to Brenda's exit. I thought it was going to feel more emotional, and it
Hmm.
didn't. I thought I was going to have closure, and I didn't. Like,
Yeah.
I know she's not coming back. I know there are going to be references about her. I'm mad for everyone who watched this and hoped that she was going to come back and felt like she was going to come back. I'm so mad for everyone who watched this originally or
Yeah.
within the 10 years that the series ran.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, cuz there are moments later on when you're like, is Brenda going to come back for this? Cuz like if this was real life, this is something that somebody would come back for. You're
I
like, this
mean,
is someone that like your friends would come back for this event or this occasion. It'd be great, and so we would be like, that would be really fun, and then it would never happen.
so granted, you may not know this since it's not like you were friends with Shannon, but
No,
you did reference recently, like they wrote it with the hope that things would get mended and maybe she would come back. I
I think
mean,
they were
did
trying to
they?
give themselves the out.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
they
just
were
in
really done.
case.
They were
I,
done with
I,
her.
yes, there was acrimony by the time she left between her and Aaron Spelling and the whole company, like all of the actors, like they were so done with her, and she felt betrayed by them. And as discussed, she had all this other stuff going on in her life that was sort of making her behave the way she was behaving, which was unprofessional and problematic. And they, you know, and then they fired her, and she was at that point she was very hurt, and didn't want anything to do with them any more than they wanted to do with her, at that point. And then a couple years later, uh Aaron Spelling reaches back out to her and puts her in Charmed,
Yeah.
and that goes well until it doesn't. um and she
Yeah,
gets
I'm
fired
curious
from
about
that too.
that. Oh,
I
Jesus.
heard her talk about it. I don't. Yeah, it sounded like it sounded like she got screwed. But I don't really know because I didn't watch Charmed all that much. But there was a time of overlap where she was working for the Mister, and could have you know popped
Yeah.
over if they the relationships were good enough, at least with her and the creators. I don't know about her castmates. That I feel like it took them all longer to come to a place where they were okay with each other. Um,
That makes sense. I mean,
it totally makes sense.
honestly, it's kind of refreshing in this age of fan service.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, because usually the things fans are desperate for, you can get now. Like,
Right.
oh, Picard, uh, you want the entire next gen cast to come on and have some kind of reunion? All right, season
Yeah.
3, baby.
Right.
Oh, you want him and Beverly to finally? Okay, yep. Also, I hope I didn't spoil Picard for anyone, but then again, it's been a few years now.
It's okay. You'll
Um,
be all right.
all right, I would be very interested in the overlap of fans if we have some people listening who are fans of this and then also next gen.
Yeah, big trekkers. Um, I I'm certain that it exists because people who tend to be
Sure.
deep fans of one thing tend to be deep fans of many things. You know, like they're
Yeah.
just wired to be fans, so they get into stuff. Um, I know personally because I am one.
Same.
Yeah. Um, what else was this episode really about? You think?
We see what we want to see. You know,
Okay.
Dylan sees family
Yeah.
where there is none. Now, granted,
Nope.
chosen family, totally a thing. You know, I buy into that. And Dylan has made it very clear he wants family. And yet, Dylan, have you noticed your friends? Friends are
Right.
also family.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like, I I'm a little shocked, and at the same time I'm just like, okay, well, you see family and you see that as something that's stronger than friendship. I disagree. But to each their own. Good luck with that.
I mean, we've seen Dylan and we know like how much he would like to have a familial connection. You know, because like when we first met him, he was living in a hotel getting French fries. You know,
Yeah.
and then his dad comes back, and then his dad comes back as a different person, and then goes to prison, and then his mom comes to visit and gives up on him like immediately and just gives him a bunch of money. Iris is a lunatic, terrible parent. Um, and he has no connection to either one of them. He gets a connection to his dad, and his dad blows up, and that's bad. And then like someone connected to his dad shows up. Like, of course, Dylan's interested in that. Like, he's thirsty for that shit, and that's I guess that's why Suzanne was like, although I don't, I guess Eric is. I don't know if Eric is his sister. Like, I
I
think it's
don't think she
possible she
is.
is.
Because Suzanne said in an episode, she was like, I really don't know if Erica is his.
Right.
We were not exclusive at the time. And I
Right.
never did a test.
Okay. If you believe her, like, because you have to, like, at
I
this point,
do.
you have to look back at everything she said and wonder what was true and wonder what was part of the con, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that was true, that she ever slept with Jack and that it was possible for Erica to be Jack's kid, like, it's
Yeah.
possible all that's a lie. I
Fuck.
don't think it is. I do think I think that she definitely had a relationship with Jack. And
Yes.
I think Erica probably is Jack's. That's just my gut. Um,
Uh,
but I think she's using her knowledge of Dylan's need for his dad from their relationship as like, this is how I'm going to come in and get this money. And maybe I don't know if we ever find out. I don't remember. Maybe she feels like Jack owes her, and she's
I
going to
mean,
get that money. You know, and if she
maybe.
has to take it from Dylan this way, that's how she has to do it.
I have many different pathways to address that I will hopefully keep track of. Because one, I'm mad at Dylan because he had family in the Walshes. The
Mm-hmm.
closest he's come to having a family, the way he seems to want, was with the Walshes, and he has thrown them all aside. He
Mm-hmm.
threw Brenda aside. He's now thrown Jim aside. He's thrown Jim aside many times. But like,
Mm-hmm.
so which is it, Dylan? I have a question about Suzanne, but I want to finish up what we see what we want to see.
Yeah.
Donna Donna saw love.
Uh-huh.
And, not to say that there wasn't some love there, but it's
Mhm.
clear that it's clear that it wasn't strong enough to stop what was going to happen.
Well, I mean,
Um,
this she blatantly ignored all of the things that happened this year.
yes.
Like
I mean,
David wore that hat for like a month and she didn't say boo about it. And like he got a drug problem that she was like, I think he's done. I think it's fine. I think he's over. I think he quit.
well, and
Like,
there was a weird shift in Donna. I think it was in the episode when she was going to have sex with him and
uh-huh.
then
And Howard
went back
Stern
on
in the
that.
dream.
Yes, but
Yeah, yeah.
I forget what motivated her to say this, but at the very end of that episode, I think she had a moment where she puts on the smile and goes, "Everything's going to be okay." And like
Uh-huh.
hugs him, and it felt unsettling to me. I'm like, "Oh, it's not okay, but you don't know how to deal with that, and you have been made to be this happy, cheery person, this rule-abiding, obedient girl, and you don't know how to deal with that. So you're just like, oh, it's gonna be fine. Go away, poo poo."
Uh-huh. And she did that. She did that with David's drugs, and she did
Yes,
that with Rocky's cancer, and she did that with Ariel. I mean, she kept doing it all year long. Donna this year was blinders.
yes.
Like, I'm not, no,
Which,
everything is
honey,
great.
Felice isn't here. You don't have to put on an act for anyone. But I get
Yeah,
it.
he's in
That
Houston,
kind
for
of,
God's sake. Thank God.
yeah, that mask is hard to remove.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I hope for more for Donna next season. Uh, Brandon, he sees potential for love, and
Mm-hmm.
that is how he finds sex worth pursuing, or a
Maybe.
relationship worth. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, this we see what we want to see.
He sees a shield. He has protection from those two crazy
Oh,
women. If he's dating Kelly, you know, I don't know, maybe.
Brenda sees
What
love
was your,
from Dylan no matter what, so she's like, "Cool, let's have sex one more time,
yep.
one last time. Have a drink with me."
Uh, um, yeah, I didn't think we were going to Hamilton. Sorry. Um,
Any chance we can.
I get it. I'm with you. What was your Suzanne question?
It's Suzanne and Kevin, actually.
Okay.
Are we ever gonna find out the machinations of this, or what
Um,
happens? Are we gonna get
there,
some kind of resolution? Because I
this is
have
not
so
the end
many
of this
questions.
story.
Okay, great. Like, I have so many questions, and I know I'm not going to get answers to all of them, but I
Mm-hmm.
really want, I mean, because again, as I'm watching it, I'm like, this feels like Rooster and Louis St. Regis deciding to be the Mudges to take Annie to get Mr. Warbucks' money.
Uh-huh.
And so like for a minute I thought, is Erica even their, like, her kid? Did she just
Oh, wow.
adopt? I really thought maybe she adopted this kid just to go along with the con, and I thought, that's fucking horrible. I really
That
hope
would be
that's not the
horrible.
case.
I don't think that's the case.
It could. I don't think it could be, because Erica has a lot of trust in
Yeah.
in her mom.
Uh-huh.
Too much to have just been adopted. Uh,
Right.
but yeah, I really want to know just either what motivated it, how they. Well, and then the other thing is too, like, okay, then so Susan and Kevin were already together.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure.
Ah,
Yeah. I'm not sure how many answers there are to the questions you have that are presented. I just this arc isn't completed. Like there's more story to tell with Dylan and Kevin and Suzanne and his money and stuff, and that'll happen next season. But I don't know how much there is explaining the how and the why.
Yeah, I'm not going to get my hopes up for that just because the explanation for Jack's behavior pre-explosion
Right.
was unsatisfactory and it was confusing.
Yeah.
I just remembered too, I felt an eerie feeling about Kevin when after he was saved from the bus that wouldn't have hit
Oh,
him.
yeah. You got a
And
friend
he
for
was like,
life.
yeah, I was like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That you
That
just named your
seems
boat Live
ominous.
Forever. Yeah. It's
Yes.
100% what that was. Okay. I think this episode might really have been about the long con. Obviously the
Ooh.
long con of Kevin and Suzanne, but maybe Kelly or Brandon was running a long con on the other to get together. Like, if this is what they wanted this whole time, like, I don't know, maybe somebody's up to something. Here's
Kelly
something.
has been doing this since the very beginning.
Since the spring dance, when he said she was like a
Yes.
sister to him. Yeah.
Yes. He went, oh, okay. I'll be your
Yeah.
sister.
I'll figure this
What?
shit out. Um, do you do you think, because I'm convinced of it at this point, that um, this getting David on stage with Babyface was all the long con of the Sanders management group?
No.
Like, I think he, he bought him that job from Henry to close out the summer, and then he got him the gig at the Pigskin Prom, and then he got him the showcase at the Battle of the Bands with Diesel Stone and the Waste Management, and then they had a falling out. But Steve never quit caring. Like, he got him hooked up with Serge Menken, and they didn't listen. David, he didn't know. But Steve never gave up. He knows, and so that's why the scene you didn't see, where Steve is like leaning back all proud of himself, and he's like, I used to manage that guy. Like,
Fuck
but you did
Steve.
that. You did it.
He's not smart enough to have done any kind of long con.
And also, and I don't know, I'm sure that, like, the Laura Kingman part of it was something. That's all part of it. It was all part of the Sanders management con.
I'm gonna drive this woman crazy.
That's right. Yeah. But before I do, maybe I'll get her signed to this job that doesn't pay. I don't know how I'm going to make a commission on that. Sanders Management Group is basically the Underpants Gnomes. Like, I'm sure you're not familiar, but
No.
there's a South Park episode about Underpants Gnomes where they come in at night and they steal your underpants. And Tweak was like Tweak's parents run a coffee shop, so he was like all on caffeine all the time, and so he had trouble sleeping. So he's the only one who knew there were Underpants Gnomes, and nobody believed him
Wow.
because thought it was crazy because he's just up all night and he's just caffeinated out of his skull. But the Underpants Gnomes had a plan, and their plan was: step 1, steal underpants; step 3, profit.
You sent me that this week.
I did, yeah. And I think that might be what the Sanders management has, an equally solid plan. It has step 1 and it has profit. It doesn't have the parts that happen in the middle. And so Steve got him this gig in the longest con of all. What do you think? Yes?
Wow.
No? Absolutely?
No.
100% yes?
No.
That's a shame. What else you got?
Brandon likes drama.
Uh-huh.
He's been stirring up drama, but it only really affects him and his status at school. But now he has the opportunity to fuck with the friend group by fucking Kelly. So he's like, cool, let's do it.
Yep.
Dylan
One
tried
of
to
us
punch me
Walshes.
once. Yeah.
One of us Walshes has to be in a love triangle with Dylan and Kelly at all times.
Oh my god. Yes.
It's the only. This table needs
Gross.
3 legs, and one of them's got to be a Walsh. So.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I wanted to look real quick at our season long arcs, like to see what the characters did over the
Okay.
course of the season,
Too
and see if
much.
we can figure out what their arcs were about.
Okay.
Um, it seems like what they're saying is Brandon was making bad love choices just to earn his way to Kelly.
Huh.
You know,
See,
like
I mean, I think you're right, but I don't like it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
I
sold
don't
on him
like that
yet.
she's. It just it feels like she's being presented as like the prize for virtuous behavior. Like, and we
Which is
know that
weird.
he did not have. Brandon spent a year like going away from Brandon the Boy Scout. Like he just
Yeah.
kept going further away from that, only to end up shaking hands with the president and getting with Barbie. You know, the cutest girl in high school is finally
Yeah.
his girl. Um, so it feels like this is like him returning to Boy Scout land. Like he
Could
successfully
be.
fought off the big boss of the threesome, and his quest being done now is presented with room service and Kelly. Um,
I believe
I
it. By that.
I think Brenda's season long arc was finding her exit. She tried at the
Yeah.
beginning. She tried to get to Minnesota to leave. She came pulled back. She tried to marry Stewart, and she got pulled back. Now she's, she tried to get arrested for God's sake. They wouldn't even keep her in prison. She had to come back. Um,
Yep.
but Brenda made her way. She made her way out. Um, I don't know. I guess we have an answer now. To what she asked Brandon in the pilot. Uh, do you think we're going to make it
Well,
here? She did not. She did not make it there.
no.
Um, so
I
now we
feel
know
you,
that
honey.
two twins from Minnesota just can't seem to make it in Beverly Hills. Um, I think Kelly's arc was realizing that she doesn't want the drama that is Dylan. She wants the power and respect of being with Brandon.
Yeah. I think
Like,
she wants a relationship. She
mm-hmm,
doesn't, Kelly's thing is often going back to either I don't want to be seen as a slut or a sex object. I don't want my relationship. So, her and Brandon might be perfect for each other then because
mm-hmm.
neither of them want a relationship. They don't want to be fuck buddies, you know?
Right.
Like
Mm-hmm,
they've explored that with other people, but they
mm-hmm,
want more, like Ariel. Not this
right.
Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
Oh,
Um,
the other one.
yeah. I already sang once this episode. I don't know that people want twice, but hey, let me know.
Under the
Free
sea.
agent.
Um,
Sure.
I
So yeah, I think they might actually be kind of perfect for each other in that
I think
regard.
that like there's something I noticed this watch, which is like I think that if you watch the way Kelly is with Dylan and the way she is even with Andrea when she's like talking about Brandon, and then you notice the way she is with Brandon, she acts differently when she's with
Yeah.
Brandon. And she did it at the retreat. Like she was more self-assured, she was more forward. And when she's talking to Andrea right there, she's like, I don't know, I kind of think it's kind of Brandon, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and when she fights with Dylan, it's like she's just, it's like she's, I don't know, petulant isn't necessarily the right word, but she's like
She's
just
painted that way.
yeah, but she acts that way, and she acts differently when she's with Brandon.
I
Like
mean,
there's just something about her
that's
in
a
this episode that feels different.
that's a great example then of how sometimes people bring out the worst in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Or the best. Maybe Brandon is bringing out the best in her, and maybe she's bringing out the best in him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll see if he stops yelling.
Brandon's always going to have somebody to yell at. I
God
mean,
damn
come
it.
on. Uh-huh. Um, David wants to break up with Donna and finally does. That's his
Yep.
story arc for the whole season. And Donna needs to break up with David and finally does. And that is her story arc for the season. Steve wants to be elected king of Keg House and kind of is. And get back with Celeste, possibly. Like that's where his story ends for the season. You know, he vanquished his foe and he has the girl.
Yeah.
You know, just like heroes, because Steve is nothing if not a hero.
No, he is not.
Andre had a baby.
She had an arc. She got to explore stepping
did.
outside of the role everyone assumed of her from high school, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she had a baby. But I mean, this episode, like, pretty much nothing happens. Like, they look at the baby a couple times. What's that?
Yeah, she didn't get to do anything. But then again, she's probably also back to work prematurely. So if I was Gabrielle Carteris, I'd be like, I'll sit in a wheelchair and say 5 lines. Give me my damn paycheck, but let me rest.
That's right. But I'm real tired, you guys.
I'm tired.
Dylan's arc this season was struggling to know what to do with his money, who to trust, and he failed. Like Dylan's arc is one of he failed to like, or he's in the middle of it where he loses everything because like he did not learn to make good choices, and that's. He kept being presented with ways he could use his money to help people this season. And he finally trusted the wrong person and did the wrong thing and didn't listen to the people around him fucking again.
You know what I thought of earlier? I thought, oh no, this could be some anti-climate change person's example of like, see what happens when you try to help scientists clean up the bay? You lose money.
Yep. It's experts go home. No. Yeah. The bacteria experts go home.
His money really is going down the toilet. Oh my God.
It's bad. Yep. Where the bacteria is. So how did you like season 4?
It's too long. Jesus Christ.
And that you're gonna have that complaint from here on out.
I know. It's just weird. I'm feeling the length of these seasons.
Yeah.
Only because of how short everything is now. And I love how short everything is now.
Mm-hmm.
No, but overall, it was good. I mean, I think it ended on a way more exciting note than it had throughout the season. I mean, there's a reason seasons are shorter now. I just don't think you can keep people amped up and excited for 32 episodes, but okay, I just got booed in my own house.
Maybe he's seen season 5.
He definitely hasn't. Although, can I say real quick about season 5? All I've seen is a thumbnail, and I saw the goatee on Jason Priestley. I saw the goatee, and I immediately went, "Oh my God, Michael Scott has a goatee in season 5." Like, I don't know if that is a man in a relationship, but I saw it.
It is a choice he makes, that goatee.
I'm thrilled. I'm so thrilled.
And that's not even that goatee is not even the best thing that happens in season 5.
Of course not. I would hope. So anyway, the season was fine. You know, it had its highs and lows,
Mm-hmm.
and many things were thrown. Some vomit was spewed. Um,
Yep.
I'm sure there will be more vomit spewed in the future.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait.
Yeah. I like senior year of high school better than freshman year of college. I
Oh,
like season
who
3.
doesn't?
Yeah, I like season 3 better than season 4. Um, seasons 5 and 6 are some of my favorites because they are so fucking bonkers. It's
Season
just
three is kind of a golden season across
yeah,
many shows because
yeah.
I season three the most of Dawson's Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, the
Season 3
person,
of the X-Files.
sure, the person who booed me has said many times that Star Trek finds its footing in season
Ah,
three.
Star Trek finds
So
its footing. Gotcha.
yes,
Um, I think that's true of a lot of shows. I think season
yeah,
threes are when shows really figure their shit out. I think that's probably true of Parks and Rec. Um,
absolutely.
and season 3 of the X Files is, I think, when it really steps up a notch. Um, so yeah, I think Party 5 season 3 might be one of the strongest. So yeah, I think there's something to that for sure.
It's
Um,
probably when everyone finally feels more comfortable with like who this character is from a
yeah,
performance standpoint, and things would be more settled.
yeah, yeah, and potentially that you've got a job. Like it doesn't feel like maybe this is going to go away.
Now I can buy things.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Our next contract just got signed or whatever. Yeah. That probably some of it too. Um, but all right. What did this make you nostalgic for?
Um, Silly things,
Oh, good.
mostly. Yeah, mostly light, fluffy things because Claire has some intense highlights in the dream sequence,
Uh
and I'm
huh.
like, ooh, those are coming. Because and it's wild because as I was thinking about it, I'm like, really? 95? We've got highlights coming already? Because it's only going to get worse. The highlight craze,
Yeah.
because that's going to go into French tips.
Uh huh.
Um,
And then Pacey's gonna frost the tips of his hair. It's gonna be a whole thing.
he's going to go full on blonde because I think he only had frosted tips because he had been blonde for Cruel Intentions, but that's just a theory.
That might be true.
Um, Anyway, so highlights. What a thing. I didn't have them, sadly, but I know many people who did, and so it's fun to see where it's beginning. And I
I have
also
them
wanted to make.
now.
I mean, I have them now too. I got my rogue streak coming in.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, don't touch me. I'll steal your powers.
Impossible.
I'll steal your confidence. Um, and then I think Brenda made an Oprah joke, and
She did.
for a few years there, I would, come home after school, not have anything to do, wouldn't want to start on homework just yet, would have a snack, and Oprah would come on. And I look back now and I think, man, there was probably a lot of subject matter that your little brain did not need to know about yet.
Oh,
But
that's 100% true.
there were some fun episodes too. It's thanks to
Sure.
Oprah that I knew about Moulin Rouge and was able to convince my mom we should go see this.
Oh, there you go. Well, I think that makes
Oh,
up for every suspect doctor that Oprah has introduced us to.
uh,
Not on one arm's worth a damn.
no one is
Um,
perfect.
sure, sure. Poe Buddy's nerfect. It's clever, like you. I tell you what. I'm just gonna say. I'll just say this, and it'll. I'm not gonna go into any more detail. Um, I like those satin bras a lot. They mean a lot to me nostalgically. That's all. That's all.
Um,
Those bras were very popular when I first got to experience what bras were like. So I like them.
I'm happy for
That's what it
you.
made me nostalgic for. Who is your Steve Sanders Memorial Worst Person of the Episode?
Uh, Oddly enough, I kind of struggled with this one because no one really upset me, and then I went, "Oh, it's obviously Kevin and Suzanne." That's pretty shitty.
Yeah, stealing all that money. That's pretty bad. Yeah.
Although I'm thrilled. I can't wait to see poor Dylan struggle, but I'm also just in that headspace of like, yes, see these Richies struggle. I'm Bill Murray
Oh
at the beginning
man.
of Rushmore.
There's gonna be there's you're in for some struggle. There's struggle a coming.
He
Um
better. Is he gonna have to
oh
like? Oh, is he gonna move into the beach house?
into David's room.
That
Yeah,
would be
he's gotta take
so
David's room.
messy. Oh my god, that would be so great. Kelly's dating Brandon, and Dylan moves in. Oh, that's so great.
And starts dating Donna, but she won't sleep with him.
Or he moves in into some unknown spare bedroom that they have. I know it's not Brenda's room because Val's going to take over. And then that's going to lead to Dylan and Val hitting and maybe being a thing, except I don't see it, but I don't see a lot of these people together. Um, this is fascinating to think about. He's
I
going to
know,
live
we're getting
he's
ready.
going to live in the attic of the Peach Pit.
There you go. Yeah. Fonzie lived above a garage. Why can't Dylan? Um who am I gonna go with here? Um I'm gonna go with Babyface's backup keyboardist. What kind of an asshole just bails on a gig? And if it's not,
He probably
and
got a
if you
better
show
gig.
up, if he shows up, maybe David doesn't cheat on Donna.
Oh no.
Yep. So this is all that asshole's fault. That's pretty bad. Like Kevin and Suzanne only stole unnamed millions of dollars. This guy stole love, and what's more
it
valuable?
it was already fading.
I know it needed to happen. It needed to happen just from a storyline perspective. Like let's do something fresh.
Oh
You know,
god, yes.
let's get some new people involved in this situation and see what's going on. Um, but the best part is you only have to wait a week to start the journey.
Yay!
Yeah. Um, unlike me, like when this goes off the air in May, and I gotta wait till September for the next installment of lunacy.com. Um, so yeah, but next week, Cheesemeisters, we are going to watch season 5, episode 1, What I Did on My Summer Vacation and Other Stories. So that's next Wednesday, but on Friday of this week, join us for the long con that is The Sting. I can't wait to watch this movie. You can't wait to watch this movie. It's going to be pretty great. You follow? Um, so yeah, join us here for all those things, Cheesemeisters. It's exciting. And in the meantime, follow us on all the things and tell your friends and do all the good stuff and be happy and be nice, Cheesemeisters. Um,
Yes.
yeah, do all that stuff. But until then,
Bye.
bye.